Wait, I need to do a YouTube intro. Alright guys, welcome back. Today, we will be doing maybe our dumbest tier list to date. Okay, we've done a number of tier lists. We've done ranking UK underground artists. We've done ranking conspiracy theories. We will be tier listing these 100 streamers you see right here and ranking them solely based on the size of their forehead. Okay, so we have 100 streamers here, some UK, because obviously I'm from the UK, some huger, all the big creators, all the big streamers from the US, and we'll be putting them on this tier list here. We will be ranking every person's forehead size from biggest to smallest. So we have the top 4. The top 4 is reserved for our Mount Rushfore. Okay, so instead of Mount Rushmore, Mount Rush forehead. Then we have one of the greats. Then we have pretty big. Then we have average sized, and then we have perfect size. We aren't tier listing them on how good of a streamer they are, or how pretty they are, or how handsome they are. It's simply based on forehead size to head ratio, bro. Dumbest tier list we've done to date. We're gonna get straight into it. 100 streamers, guys. 100 streamers. Chat, feel free to get involved. All right, chat. Getting started. First things first. A2 Guapo. Guapo, also known as, he's an Irish streamer. I think he was a gamer before. We'll pull up an image so people know who I'm talking about. This is the stream I'm talking about. Yo, it's on the right, bro. Good one, bro. This is the streamer I'm talking about. I don't know if you guys know him. Irish streamer. I think he's friends with Jasontheween and stuff, and his girlfriend Sakura. Looking at his forehead, it's pretty average. Loki might be perfect size. If we're looking at the forehead ratio, if we're getting really scientific here, looking pretty normal. He might be fat. Shout, bro. I think he's on a weight loss journey. Shout, bro. But that forehead's pretty perfect, bro. We're going to give him average for now, but he might get bumped up to perfect, bro. Shout out A2 Guapo. Phase adapt. Well, not phase anymore. RIP phase. Adapt. Streamer. If you don't know who that is, then you must be living under a rock. Forehead wise, chat, what are we saying? In terms of dimensions, where's this going on a tier list? It's pretty meaty, bro. Pause. It's a pretty meaty forehead, if we're being honest. There's a lot of forehead. It's not huge. We're not in the Cinna, your age. We're not in the agent range there, but it's a pretty beefy forehead, bro. It's a pretty beefy forehead. Shout out young phase adapt, lesbian phase adapt. We're going to go pretty big. It's not one of the greats. It's not one of the greats, bro. It's not one of the greats. But it's also not quite average, bro. It's a bit too big for average, bro. There's a lot of girth, guys. It protrudes a lot. Adin Ross, again, sleeper pretty big, bro. Adin Ross has a sleeper forehead, bro. Because he has this little quiff. You can't see it. Shout out Adin Ross. Also, what's up with like YouTube thumbnails, like with this like oversaturation where they have like super smooth skin? I think it looks hella creepy. But bro's got a pretty fat. I know it's the hairline's kind of making the forehead look bigger than it is. Do you know what I mean? But if we're being honest and we're being fair, he's got a pretty beefy one, bro. He's got a pretty beefy one. He's going to be here. Daps is still bigger. He'll be bottom of pretty big. Widow's peak as well. Peak, bro. Look at that forehead. That's a lot of forehead, bro. Like, that's a lot of forehead, bro. Damn, he might be bigger than a Daps, bro, when you think about it. But that might just be the hairline cooking him. It's a lot of forehead, though. It's a lot of fucking forehead. But we'll leave him there for now. Oh, now when you're talking one of the goats, when you're talking big forehead motherfuckers, when we're talking big forehead motherfuckers, it literally comes up. Holy cow. One of the greats. Easily one of the greats. We are dealing with what I hope is mutually accepted in the chat as potentially a Mount Rush forehead. Agent00, AMP agent. This has got to be edited. That's got to be edited. Look at the size of that noggin. Bro scores knuckleballs with his headers, bro. Bro could take a free kick with his header and it will go faster than certain man's shots, bro. That is a bean and a half, bro. Look at the size of that. Average Somali, by the way. Shout out my Somali brothers. But a lot of them don't have big foreheads. They're big beans sometimes. It's either the front or the back. Something's poking out, front or back. Shout out my Somali brothers. But this is crazy, bro. This isn't easy. This, to me, easy Mount Rushfore. That is a noggin and a half, bro. Botez Sisters, average, giving me average size. I think one of the sisters got a bigger one than the other one. So I think, I always get the names mixed up. Okay, so this one's Alexandra. And this one's Andrea. These are two, I think they did chess. And now they do like other strategy games and stuff. Yeah, two chess streamers. One on the right's got more of a bean than the one on the left. I'm gonna keep it real. Shout out to Botez twins and that. I watched that one Twitch rivals chess stream, and I think they were like commentating stuff. They were pretty jokes. All I'm gonna say is one sister's got a bigger bean than the other one, but they're both basically average. Both an average, not really that big, but this one's got a bigger one than this one. Shout out Alexandra and Andrea. Next up is, I think that's Alinity, the streamer famous for throwing her cat over her head, as well as other things, but we don't talk about that. Sorry for that intermission, chat. Had to change the battery. We are back. We are back. Chat, you were dead silent for the first 5 in terms of giving out foreheads reviews. I put one girl on the screen and now bro's all tweaking out in my chat. The game has never been more gone. All right, Alinity's forehead, guys, lock in. We're just looking at foreheads, bro. In terms of foreheads, this is close to a perfect size. If we're keeping it a bean, they're going to say, El Glaze, we need some. But in terms of forehead size, it's like, you don't want a forehead that's too small. Just a forehead. Close to a perfect forehead, bro. If we're being honest, guess some better picks. This guy makes me sick. We're going to leave it there. Alinity, I'm going to give you perfect size forehead. Sensational. Shout Alinity. Heard she got an OnlyFans. Get some better pictures. Perfect shape and size. I can't lie. Good comms, bro. I'm assuming you're talking about the forehead. Oosh, appreciate the follow, my guy. Welcome to the stream. We are tier listing streamers' foreheads. Dumbest video we've done today. All right, our first perfect size, Alinity. Just for the forehead, just to clarify again before man start calling me thirsty and that. Arky is our next one. Streamer, formerly Jasontheween's cameraman, has always got a hat on. And there's a reason, gang. Bro's got a bean on him. Bro has got a weapon on him. If bro got stopped by the police, this would be an issue, bro. That forehead is a cannon, G. He's got such a good size. Big pause on that, my bro. Forehead, there's a reason that hat's on. W red hat image, but his head is perfect. Perfect width. My chat bugging, bro. If we're keeping it a bean, Arky, it's a little bit on the bigger side. It's not crazy big. You know what I'm saying? But it's a little bit on the bigger side. Let's keep it a stack. He knows it. He knows it. Game's the game. You know what I'm saying? Good looking man. Got good genes. It's pretty big, bro. Is it one of the greats? No. It's definitely bigger than Adapts. You're probably at the top of pretty big. It's a pretty big noggin you got on you, bro. Asmongold, the guy who doesn't shower and used to review World of Warcraft and now is a red pill political commentator. I don't know. But we're not talking about his content. We're talking about forehead. And that's a pretty meaty fucking forehead, bro. Now, forehead this is where the lines blur. Because a bad hairline kind of gives you a big forehead. When you really think about it. If you've got a bad hairline, that's just a lot more forehead rather than where the hair should be. So it's kind of like a hairline tier list in a way as well. But that's a pretty big noggin again, bro. Back post header. Asmongold's a tall fucker as well. If he ate some actual food, he'd be a great centre back in football. You know what I'm saying? Back post, heading down into the ground. Plenty of coverage on the forehead to get that ball. You know what I'm saying? That's a pretty big one as well. Is it bigger than Arky's? When we're talking about size, he's a big fucker. He's a tall cunt. And it's just a really bad hairline. So as a forehead, it doesn't protrude as much as an Arky's does. But it's definitely bigger than Adapt. But it's a pretty big fucking forehead. Asta, streamer. Again, IRL streamer. I forget who she signed to. Ambush, is it? I can't remember. No, I think her name's Ambush. I can't remember. I think she signed to G2. IRL streamer, for being honest, that's a pretty perfect fucking forehead. If we're keeping it a bean, just forehead, guys. We're just tier listing forehead. As far as foreheads go, this might be one of the GOAT foreheads. It's a sleeper pick, bro. Flying under the radar. Wait, this is not the same person then. No, it's not. Okay. It's double checking. This is a pretty perfect fucking forehead, bro. It's going perfect size, bro. Girls are cooking right now. Normally, it's normal for men to have bigger foreheads. You know what I'm saying? But that's a pretty perfect size, bro. If my girl has that forehead, I'm pretty buzzing about that. Yo, how does he know all these streamers? Because I had to find 100 streamers for this tier list, bro. I know every single person's name. It's just from the pictures I'm trying to take. Is that? And then, you know what I'm saying? I'll be locked in, bro. I'll be locked in with streaming. We just done Arky, and now we're doing his shipping. The people are shipping him with online. I see it on my Twitter feed all the time. Bonnie. Is it Bonnie Rabbit? I just know her as Bonnie. Bonnie Rabbit. Streamer. Forehead. Now, she's always got a fringe. But that's a pretty big forehead, bro. It's not small. It's not small, but it's not big. Do you know what I mean? We can't say this is a perfect forehead, chat. What are we thinking? Perfect size. I'm thinking average. It's average. It's got a bit of space. Nothing big. Wrong Bonnie. Bonnie blue clears. In terms of forehead goes, it's pretty average forehead, bro. We're going average. Average forehead. BurntPeanut, bro. BurntPeanut. We don't have a too small option, but technically his forehead's too small. There's a reason he keeps a hat on though. bolder. When you think about it, is this just all a forehead? He's got a tiny forehead. It's like below perfect size. It's like we need one that's like too small. You know what I'm saying? But for his size as a person, he's a pretty tiny peanut. Put him average. Nothing crazy. Not too bad. I'll be serious right now. Listen, we got to include everyone, bro. We've got Iron Mouse in this bitch. Look, even if they're a VTuber, if they're just a cartoon, you can still rank the foreheads, bro. This is just based on foreheads, nothing else. Right now, it's just Agent Lonely at the top right now. Next, we got Bruce Drop Him Off. Bruce Drop Him Off. Great streamer. Kind of tweaked out for a little bit. But shout out, bro. That's a pretty good fucking forehead, bro. Pretty good fucking forehead. Pretty good fucking hairline. We're keeping it stack. If we're keeping it stack, that's a pretty good hairline. Pretty good hairline. Decent forehead size. We might be in perfect forehead size. We might be. We need to do a bit more research. Is he fooling us? To me, that looks like perfect size. He's cute, valid. Oh, we're not talking about how they look, bro. We're just talking about the size of the forehead. Just keeping us on track. But this Loki might be the first male perfect size. Shout out Bruce, drop him off. Controversial streamer. People don't like him. He be calling out people all the time. But keeping it stat, that's a pretty perfect forehead. I'm gonna keep it a stat, bro. We glazing right now. Lang. Valid. Yeah, okay, chat, you're wilding. Let's stay locked in. We're talking about just the size of the foreheads, chat, okay? Caseoh, again, I feel like it's an average. We'll double check. Average forehead. Yeah, bit of space there. Bit of a peak hairline. Shout, bro. Goat streamer, bro. Goat streamer. Funny as hell. Caseoh, average. He might be humongous. If this was about size as a person, really big. Mount Rushmore of fat streamers, bro. But this is just about foreheads. So if it's just about foreheads, he's going an average. Average size forehead. He might be big everywhere else, but his forehead ain't big. Shout, bro. ChrisNxtDoor. Now we're talking a bean. How's ChrisNxtDoor no hat the top search though? wait, why is that the top search? Why do people be looking for his bald head? That's crazy, mud. Now, how much of this do we count as forehead? That's a lot of bean, bro. But it's like bold tax. I mean, if you're going bold, how much of it is actually your forehead? Do you know what I'm saying? I feel like this line here is like the cutoff of your forehead, and if that is the case, that's a fucking lot of forehead, bro. That is a lot of forehead. He be spamming hats so he knows he's got a big head. Shout out to bro. Funny ass streamer. Fire on them AMP ciphers. But that's one of the greats, bro. You did get hurt by your bold tax. Bold tax did come in and smoke you off for keeping it a stack. Bold tax has hurt you here, but you one of the greats, bro. Oh my god, I didn't see who's next, chat. You didn't see who's next, chat. Next is another one of the greats, bro. One of the greats. Representing for the female category, because if you look right now, there's no female above average size forehead. Except for this lady right here. Mount Rushfore. Cinna. Again, forehead is the top search. What the hell? Look at that bean, bro. That is a fucking bean and a half, bro. Shout out Cinna. Fire streamer. 2 times winner Sapphire Streamer of the Year. Or Sapphire Award at the Stream of the Year Awards. W female streamer, but 2 beans, literally, bro. Like, holy cow, look at this dynamic duo. Look how much forehead. That's so much beans. I've never seen that. Is a lot of bean. Like, that's a lot of bean, bro. That's like when you go to an English British cafe to go have English full breakfast and they give you too much beans, bro. Like, that's a lot of beans, bro. That is a lot of bean. 2 greats linking up. This is like a Drake and Future link up, bro. 2 of the all-time forehead greats. If there was a forehead of the year award, should be going, not only winning that Sapphire award, should be winning that forehead award. We're talking humongous head. Because females, it's hard to have a big forehead, bro. You'll look at this category by the end, there'll be barely any women towards the top end, I'm sure. But Cinna be representing for the women, bro. Forehead so big, she'd be dreaming in 4K, bro. Like, her dreams probably be the most HD shit ever, bro. Like, when she's dreaming, it's probably like dreaming. It's like, imagine watching your dreams at an IMAX cinema, bro. Like, just big, wide screen, like so much space, surround sound. Probably like the craziest dreams ever, bro. Big ass fucking forehead, bro. And that is why she's a Mount Rushfore top advocate, all-time greats. They be shipping these 2 forehead people together. Their babies would be just like 90% forehead, bro. Humongous forehead. Great streamer too. But wow, that's a lot of bean, bro. Clix, average. Again, just not too big. It's not that big. Bit of a sleeper, but probably low-key higher up on here. Talking like here. Will he ever win an FNCS? Who knows, bro. But he's got a big forehead. This streamer, I forgot his name. He's funny as fuck, though. I've watched a couple of his streams before. CracBaby, I think. CracBaby, is that right? CracBaby. He's got a pretty average forehead, too. CracBaby. Average forehead. Fire content. Shout, bro. He just be reacting to shit. Pretty solid forehead. Nothing much to gloat about. Pretty average size. Cuffem. One of the greats, bro. Cuffem's forehead being one of the greats. Adin Ross's boy. Look at his bean, bro. Like, look at that shape. Why did he put his dreads like that? It makes his forehead look like a pyramid with the top chopped off, bro. Shout out, bro. But that's a pretty mean fucking forehead, bro. This can't be a real pic. Holy cow. Because it's wide as well. I think because his eyes are narrow, it makes the forehead look even bigger. Do you know what I'm saying? Because it's like it's stretching out. Like, bro can't even fit that shit in a thing. One of the greats, bro, for sure. Danny Aaron's average size bean. Terrible posture. If this was a posture, it'd be Mount Rushfore for worse posture. But average size bean. Nothing to go home about. A pretty forgettable forehead, you might say. A pretty forgettable forehead, you might say. I'm Davis. Sleeper pick, bro. Pretty big. He's just got a small head. But his forehead to head ratio is quite big. This is him when he's fat. Let's pick a picture when he's lost some weight. Shout out, bro. It's pretty big, bro. He's going to pretty big. Head might be small, but we're talking about like ratios. If you have a humongous head, you're going to have a humongous forehead, but you've got to take into consideration how much of it is forehead, bro. He's got a lot of forehead. DisguisedToast, the Among Us goat. DisguisedToast. It's actually quite spacious. You've got quite a spacious forehead. It's quite a lot there. He's got a small head. He's got quite a pretty big forehead. Shout out DisguisedToast. One of the Among Us goats. This 23,000 IQ play won us the game. Blah, 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 blah. But it's a pretty big. It's a lot of forehead for a small head. So in terms of ratios, DisguisedToast, pretty big forehead. Duke Dennis. Mr. Aura. I'm joking. I need to leave that joke behind. Duke Dennis forehead. I don't think I've ever seen it. The hairline that might come up. It's quite a big forehead. But it's not crazy big. You would think because he'd be spamming like do-rag and a hat that like he has a big ass fucking forehead. But he doesn't really. It's pretty average sized. Maybe a little bit on the bigger side. Like he's raised his eyebrows here, so that makes it look smaller. That's a bit of a cheat code for any of my big forehead users out there. I mean, it's pretty big, but it's not like scaling wise. I put it top of average. He's like on the edge of pretty big hairline. Emiru, sleeper, pretty big, bro. This picture that I picked sold it when I did my research online, because girls just be having a fringe. You can't see her a lot, but in terms of, she's got a small head, but it's a lot of forehead, bro. A sleeper pick for a big forehead, bro. For someone who clowns her roommate Cinna for how big her forehead is, she's like, you got a bit of a sleeper forehead too, bro. Esfand, average size forehead. ExtraEmily, same, average size forehead, probably on the smaller end. Esfand a little bit on the smaller end too. Not much to gloat about. Pretty standard run-of-the-mill foreheads. Like if I'm loading a character in, ExtraEmily's like forehead build reminds me of like if I'm loading an NPC character in a game and it's like the default skin, that size of forehead is like an ExtraEmily, like just default, like doesn't stand out in any way at all. Do you know what I'm saying? Fanfan, average but on the bigger side. She's low-key got a bit of a thinking tank, bro. Low-key got a bit of a thinking tank. Like I think it's just the way it protrudes a little bit. Do you know what I mean? It's the shape of it. It's not that big, but it just flicks out at you. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, when you be walking in the mud sometimes and the mud just kind of flicks up at you? It's kind of like, that's like what I thought it is. It just kind of flicks at you. Do you know what I mean? Funny ass streamer though. She's hilarious. Streamer Awards speech didn't go that well. All the sort of like joking stuff that she was doing didn't go down too well. But a pretty decent sized forehead. Pretty decent sized forehead. Fanum. Now hear me out, chat. I think Fanum might have one of the best foreheads in the game. When we're talking about ratio of head pause, that's a crazy pause. Ratio of a forehead on a face, this is as close to perfect as you get, I think. Fanum might have the perfect size forehead, bro. No joke. When you're drawing a picture, you have those two lines through the middle. Like, you know when you draw a face, they teach you to split it into four? I feel like Fanum's head is literally like perfectly along that line. I'm saying it, bro. I think that is the best size. That's the goat size forehead, bro. Not gonna lie to you. Goat size forehead. FatBoyDip. It's in his name. It's a pretty fat forehead, bro. Pretty fat forehead. FatBoyDip. Anyone who doesn't know, I think that's Platboy Max's cousin. He got a pretty meaty forehead. He doesn't show it a lot because his dreads be hanging over. Trust me, there's a little bean there, bro. FatBoyDip got a pretty fat boy head. Who's that? Fuslie. Has to be Fuslie. Fuslie, OG streamer. Been streaming for like 15 years. Shout out F-Slur, as they call their group. Again, I'm going to say just pretty average. Loki's in this picture is kind of peeking a little bit. There's a little bit of room there. There's a little bit of wiggle room there. But pretty average. But on the bigger side, for sure. This one picture, I think they've just done you dirty. Because in the other ones, you look alright. The forehead looks pretty normal size. But this one picture might have just sold you, bro. Might have just sold you. You're an average and you're towards the top end. You're up here. You're up here with these guys. Hasanabi. Forehead. It's pretty fucking big. But he's just got a small head, big body frame, so he looks kind of funny. But in terms of forehead, again, I think it's on the bottom of pretty big, bro. It's like it's not average, but this isn't our average sized forehead, but this isn't huge. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like it's a weird in between. You know what I'm saying? Pretty big, bro. It's like the bottom of pretty big. It's a pretty big fucking forehead. Shout out Hasanabi, political streamer and whatnot. Surprisingly fire at basketball. I watched a video. It was Jess's video of like a $10,000 like creators tournament or whatever, where they 1v1 each other. He got to like the semi-final or something. He's a tall fucker, but he's actually pretty nice. He moves a bit like a grandpa. It's like watching a 1950s player play, but he was swishing some shots. HsTikkyTokky. La Emily. Oh my god, Emily. That guy. Now that's a pretty big forehead, bro. Again, not crazy size, but it's coming out at you. It's in your face a little bit. If he's going head to head with someone on a football pitch, bumping heads and that, I'm sure it would hurt, bro. Head to head with bro, a headbutt from this guy would be killer. It's a pretty big fucking forehead. He's shit at football, by the way. I'm rapping that. This rumor that he's decent at football on TikTok. I've watched his clips, bro. He be playing against literal bots, bro. He's got a decent strike. I'll give him that, but he's pretty naff, bro. He's pretty naff, and he's got a big noggin. He's going in pretty big. It's bigger than these guys. Is it bigger than I'm Davis? I think Davis is bigger than Adin Ross and him. Pretty big fucking forehead. Pretty big forehead, bro. This, I don't even know. So what would we just do? We just did H, A, B, C, D, F, G, H. Oh, I Gumdrop, I think her name is. I Gumdrop. Yes, I Gumdrop. That's a, wait, I was about to say that's a pretty perfect forehead, but whatever's happened in this picture makes me feel like maybe it's close to perfect though. We're in perfect territory. It's bottom of average or perfect size. This one picture might be a sell. We're in perfect size forehead, bro. You're going to be... The bottom is where you want to be. And I'm going to put it top. It's on the edge of average and perfect size. That's a solid forehead. Solid forehead. Can't complain. I show speed. Forehead. Pretty fucking meaty, bro. I mean, you've got to be, bro. His headbutt is, what, webcam and PC, what, like 100 times? It's going to leave a mark on your forehead. Do you know what I mean? Your forehead's going to be big, bro. I mean, he stood next to a goat here in terms of huge foreheads. But that's a pretty big fucking forehead too. It looks small in comparison to the greats. Like any of these, if you compared any rapper and put it next to a great like Drake, you're going to say that rapper's trash. But he's not trash. He's really good. You're dealing with the greats in the game. One of the best to ever do it. You compare any football player to Messi, they look shit, bro. But they're not shit. You're just comparing them to a one-off anomaly, bro. That is KSI. I show Speed's forehead. Pretty fucking big, bro. Pretty big, bro. Pretty big forehead, bro. Is it one of the greats? No. But it's a pretty big forehead. Jasontheween, pretty big forehead too. Pretty big forehead too. Not only has he got max FOV, bro's got a bit close to a max noggin as well, bro. Shout out to bro, but this picture here, oh my god, that's a big forehead. Look how much it sticks out, bro. It's like staring at you. It's like a stalker. His forehead's like a stalker, bro. Shit is crazy. Shit is crazy. Jinxie next. Top of pretty fucking big. Maybe one of the greats, bro. Maybe one of the greats, bro. That's a big forehead. That's a lot of forehead, bro. For like a small head, that's a lot of forehead. And it's so wide. Nah, it's a pretty big. It's not one of the greats. But it's a pretty big. It's up here. It's competing with these boys. It's a pretty big forehead. When I saw that Hog Rider haircut, yeah, I knew it was up, bro. Cenat gets clowned for his forehead. I don't think it's that big. It's pretty big. Again, small head, a lot of forehead. But it's at the bottom end. Bottom end of the scale. Nothing too crazy. Do you know what I'm saying? You're staying on the bottom of pretty big. Like Cenat, one of the GOAT streamers of all time. Oh, actually. Oh, I might have to take this one back. I might have to take this one back. That's a lot of fucking forehead. Oh my god, this might be one of the greats. He's one of the greats in streaming already. Streaming Mount Rushmore, he'd be on there. Nah, look how it sticks out as well. I stand corrected. I almost made a fatal error. One of the greats, bro. Holy cow. By the way, can we just stop and take a second? Look at AMP's record in this forehead thing. Agent00, Mount Rushfore, ChrisNxtDoor, and Cenat in one of the greats. I'm Davis at the top of pretty big. Fucking hell, AMP has got some noggins on them, bro. AMP has got some noggins on them, bro. Deary me. That's an unbelievable record. You have also got the GOAT forehead on your team as well to balance things out. Damn, bro. Shit is crazy. Catchy, again, on the bigger side of average. A bit of a sleeper pick, kind of like the Fuslie area. But Clix probably got a bigger forehead than you. We're in this area. It's a pretty big forehead. Caseoh, Now, Caseoh no hat. The only picture that I could find was that picture I used. I can't find another picture of him without his hat on. It's quite a lot of forehead. It's quite a lot of forehead. Simple as that. It's just pretty big. It's not one of the greats. Hairline isn't the best, but I don't matter. You're in pretty big. You're above Emiru, but I think you're below Jasontheween. It's a pretty big forehead, but nothing crazy. Convy, who apparently got shot at earlier, so hope he's alright. But that's comp. That's a pretty comp forehead. Pretty standard. Again, if I'm making a character on a game, I'm probably getting that hairline. Like if I load up NBA 2K player build, default skin I'm going to get, the forehead is going to be comparable to this forehead. Standard, bang average, smaller size of average. We down here, smaller than Body Rabbit, slightly bigger than 82 Guapos. Good company to be in. Solid forehead. Hope bro's okay. Do you know what I'm saying? Crimo. Now, Crimo got arrested. Shout out, bro, for flaunting a fake firearm in the middle of Westminster right outside Big Ben. Very silly, very funny moment. But in terms of a forehead, he's got a small head again. It's another small head and a lot of forehead. It's going to go pretty big. Let me see if there's like a hairline image I can pick instead. Nah. Crimo, you got a pretty big forehead for the size of your head. Do you know what I'm saying? But it's nothing crazy. It's like bottom of pretty big. You're like here. You're in this territory here. And then we bring up the legends. The greats of the game. When you come to football, soccer, you have your Pelés, you have your Messis, you have your CR7s, your Ronaldos. You go to basketball, you got your Michael Jordan, you got your LeBron. You go to football, you got your Tom Brady's, bro. You got your GOATs in every sport. And the undisputable forehead GOAT has just arrived. KSI, #1, no question. Biggest forehead in the game, dominating the game. This is like if you put LeBron in the 1970s, bro. Bro's frying everyone. No one can compete with this level of ball, bro. Look how much forehead that is, bro. Look how much forehead that is, bro. Like it's like a ski slope, like a steep ski slope, bro. It's like a black slope on skiing. Not because he's black, not in that way. Like the black slope because they're really steep, bro. Not because of his skin. Like black slope. That shit is crazy, bro. Look at that space. That's like a plate. You could eat a meal off of that forehead, bro. It is one of the craziest foreheads I've ever seen, bro. The shape as well. Underrated thing about it is it's just so pointy. The hairline cooks him and gives him a lot more forehead, bro. But this is a lot of forehead, bro. We're talking the GOAT, bro. This is the Messi of foreheads, bro. Undisputable Mount Rushfore forehead. Easily. Simon, sleeper. Pretty big forehead, bro. Look at this picture. Again, a lot of forehead, bro. Just a lot of forehead, bro. Tobe Jizzle, you would think, has a lot of forehead. It sticks out a lot, but it's small. It's like actually close to perfect. But it just sticks. Actually, it's close to perfect. It's bottom of average. Tobe Jizzle, where's he gone? Shout out Toby from the Sidemen. It's close to perfect size, but it sticks out too much. All right, rest of the Sidemen. Zerka, that's a pretty perfect size forehead, bro. That's a pretty perfect size forehead, bro. I'm gonna say it. He's in there. He's on the edge, but he's in there. KSI, perfect size forehead. Zerka, KSI, definitely not perfect size forehead. KSI got the worst forehead I've ever seen. Zerka, perfect size. Who else are we missing from the Sidemen? Bazinga, average. Again, fairly average as well. Maybe even it's close to perfect size, you know. When you really think about it, it's a pretty solid forehead. Shout out, bro. It's close to perfect size. Our Sidemen are kind of cooking here. It's in the same category as Tobe Jizzle. They're right on the edge of a perfect size forehead. They're right on the edge. Just as a forehead. This is not about how people look or... We're just talking about GOAT foreheads. And right now, we've got 3 out of our 4. Mount Rushfore, Agent00, Cinna, and KSI. That is a unbelievable top 3. The 4th spot is to be debated. But that is a big 3. That's Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Kevin Durant, bro. That is an unbelievable amount of forehead, bro. So much bean, bro. That's more bean than like an English breakfast, bro. Baked beans when they be piling it on too much. More bean than that, bro. Shit is crazy. Kaide. It's quite a solid amount of forehead. Shout out Kaide, bro. But that's a lot of forehead. But it's like, it's not threatening. Does that make sense? I don't know how to explain this. Some foreheads be too big and they're threatening. It feels like it's attacking me. Like when I'm looking at Cinna's forehead, it's like, oh my God, like holy shit. Like it's in your face. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, she has a huge forehead, but I mean like it's a smooth one. It's not protruding too much. It's not. I don't know the word. I keep saying protruding. I know that's not the right word, but it's not sticking out too much. It's big, but it's doing its own thing. Do you know what I mean? So it's a bigger forehead, but it doesn't. I don't feel like the forehead's trying to mug me for my money on my phone. Sometimes I feel like certain foreheads, they might not be the biggest, but they want something from me. It's just bottom of pretty big because it's still pretty big. Girls usually tend to have smaller foreheads, so they're gonna generally be a bit lower. But it's not an aggressive forehead. It's quite a nice big forehead. You can have nice big foreheads, chat. A big forehead doesn't always mean a bad forehead, auntie. Do you know what I'm saying? Back me up on this. Have you ever seen someone with a big forehead, but it kind of suits them? It like works. But then like you see a KSI forehead, and it's like it's trying to swing for you. Like they're two different vibes, bro. Lacy forehead. Again, small head. A lot of forehead though. It's a lot of forehead. Phase. We're kind of all in this pretty big zone. He's going right in the middle of that pretty big. It's not as big as Caseoh's. He's competing with Emiru. It's in this area. Lacy is a thinker. Do you know what I mean? Like it's like he's got a really small head, but it's a lot of forehead, which is why it's like almost, you argue it's like it's a huge forehead, but he's just got a small head. So it doesn't work. It doesn't feel like it is, but it definitely is a big forehead. In fact, it might be. Nah. We'll leave where it is. We'll leave where it is for now. Lily Pichu, average forehead, regular sized. Nothing to shout home about. Pretty default again. If I'm loading in a video game and they gave me a default skin of foreheads, it's like standard, you know, just default forehead. Nothing bad, nothing good. Just some calm shit. Ludwig. Now Ludwig might have the ugliest head shape I've ever seen, bro. Look at these dents, bro. Look at these dents, bro. His head kind of looks like IKEA furniture before you put it together. Do you know what I mean? Have you ever put like the drawers together and there's like a little ridge in there where you're gonna slide the drawer in? That's what his head looks like. If we're talking about like worst head shapes, Mount Rushfore for sure. Mount Rushfore in terms of head shape, one of the worst head shapes I've ever seen. Ugliest head shape and most hittable face. Bro wants to punch this guy. I didn't say all that. He just got a really terrible head shape. But in terms of forehead, you can see it right here. You can see the hairline. The curves on the corner of his forehead are frying my shit. I'm not gonna lie. These curves are. If he didn't have that, he'd pretty much be in perfect size. In terms of a size, his personality is cool. It's hard to throw that in after you just said he's got the most hittable face, but I feel you though. The thing is with Ludwig is, again, the size is there, the shape is horrendous. And the shape's bumping him up a lot. If his shape was a normal shape head, like for the forehead, he'd be in perfect size. He'd be like here. This would be like one of the GOAT foreheads in terms of like perfect size. But his shape like puts him up to like here, bro. It's like in this range. It's like top of here. We'll put him top of average because it's still not big, but it does just stick out. Again, it's like an aggressive forehead. Like it's really trying to say something to me. Like, slow down, partner. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, chill out. But shout out Ludwig, bro. Marlon. Now, people be calling Marlon, me and Marlon, glazing the shit. You know, they be glazing this shit. But that's a pretty meaty forehead. People be glazing, bro. Shout out, bro. Funny ass streamer. Up and coming. Well, not really anymore. He's kind of blown now, but I think he'll be huge. In terms of forehead, it's like lower end of average. It's not perfect size, though. There are some pictures where I've seen the forehead and it kind of sticks out a little bit. But it's like here. But if I put Zerky here, low-key it's in perfect size, man. I didn't want to glaze him, but we glaze him, bro. He's got a pretty perfect size forehead. I get why they be glazing motherfuckers. Do you know what I'm saying? Maya Higa. Sleeper pick for forehead, bro. Because she got a big forehead and it be sticking out. But again, some people's face shapes and the way it sticks out on some people, it works. With Maya, it's one of those ones. It suits her. Her forehead suits her. But it's big. But like with other people, and I say KSI's forehead suit, just like fuck. Cinna's forehead, fuck. Agent, fucking hell. Jesus Christ, my eyes. But with Maya, it's like, it's big. It's there. But it's kind of like big in a cute way. Like you can have a big animal in a cute way. Do you know what I'm saying? Like an elephant's a cute animal. It's just big. Do you know what I'm saying? But it's still pretty fucking big. It's up there. Shout out Maya Higa. Shout out her little animal sanctuary. Shout out the animals over there. We should have done a forehead stream of all the animals in the Alvea Sanctuary. That would be fire. But it's a pretty big fucking forehead. In a good way. Could you argue it's one of the greats, though? It is pretty fucking big, bro. It's a lot of forehead. I'm looking to sneak into one of the greats, bro. In terms of, we were talking about female foreheads as well. It's harder to compete in that category as a female. Big forehead. Fire streamer, by the way. One of my favorite streamers. No joke. I'll be watching Alvea Sanctuary all the time. Mainly the YouTube videos, to be fair. But she be doing the coolest shit, bro. Always for charity and stuff. I fucks with her. Mi Young, close to perfect size. Bottom of average. Solid forehead. Great forehead, Mion. Keep it up. Keep up the good work. Great forehead. I'm not gonna lie, you might be onto something. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see the vision? It's a lot of forehead, bro. It needs the respect it deserves. But it's a good big forehead. Not a bad big forehead, which is very big distinction. Who's this? Oh, Moolah Juice. Moolah Juice, UK streamer. Shout out Moolah Juice, bro. He'll be doing some cool streams sometimes. I'll be tapping in. Hard to find a picture where his forehead is not covered. But this one picture I use is the only picture I could find of bro without a do-rag or hat on, or a skull cap, or a hat of any sort. And then I think you have to put a tax on that because there's a reason bro be covering that up, bro. But from what I saw, it's a pretty fucking big noggin. Shout out, bro. Moolah Juice, fire UK streamer. Check him out if you haven't already, but he's got a pretty big fucking noggin. One of the greats? Not yet. Could be one of the greats. We need to see it more often. Do you know what I mean? Neon, average size forehead, bro. Nothing crazy. Nothing to gloat home about. W Neon rebrand, bro. Bro's trying to change his image after being, for lack of a better word, a fucking rat online. An annoying little rat online for years. But he's rebranding. He looks like he's doing he's cool now. So shout out him making that change. Nade shot. Fuck. Wow, that's a lot of forehead. He's got a tiny head and it's a lot of forehead. Look at that shit. This is what we call an aggressive forehead. Remember I was telling you some foreheads, they be chill, they tame. They be a big forehead, but they don't be like jumping out at you. This is an aggressive forehead, bro. Look at the shape. Damn, I didn't realize Nade was packing like that. When I had to grab these pictures, I did it myself. I didn't feel like it was that big, but on second looks, Nade shot. OG gamer, by the way. OG COD. The COD father, as they called him back in the day. Back when I was a kid and I watched competitive Call of Duty. This was one of my goats. Scump was my goat, but this was one of my goats. But that's pretty fucking big, bro. I'm realizing a lot of these streamers got a pretty fucking big forehead. In my head, I thought it was average, but that's a pretty fucking big head. Nick A30, bro. Nah. One of the funniest characters to come out of Fortnite, bro. I'm convinced this guy's not a real human, bro. I'd be seeing random TikToks of this guy just grittying in like art galleries and shit. Just doing the wildest stuff. Making those skits online. PG friendly. This guy's not a real human, bro. I'm convinced. But that forehead, again, small head, but a pretty decently sized forehead, bro. That's a pretty fucking decently sized forehead, bro. That's a pretty big forehead, bro. But it's going to go top of average. It's going to go top of average. Ludwig's in the same category as that. Ludwig's just got a hideous head shape, bro. I just had to reiterate that. Like, what an awful head shape, bro, he's got. It's just terrible. But he's in that category. Ninja. One of the goats. Streaming Mount Rushmore for sure. That Fortnite era was crazy. Forehead wise, got a bit of a bean on him. Got a bit of a fucking bean, and it bites. It bites. It kind of bites, bro. It sticks out a little bit, like yeah. Do you know what I mean? It bites, bro. It's like taking a body shot in CS:GO with like an AK. It hurts, but you can live it. But it hurts though. You felt it. You're not doing the same actions anymore. You're on 66 health now. Like now you're worrying about what you're doing. That's what his forehead be doing. Just hitting 33 body shots, bro. Pretty big. Bottom end of pretty big, but it's pretty big, bro. NMP lol. That's definitely a biting bean. You see what I mean? Like it bites. It's nippy. The bite won't kill you, but it'll make you go like this. Ah, it might leave you bleeding a little bit. It bites, bro. You got to be careful with those. NMP. Now that's just, do you know what that is? That's just pure mass, bro. Not that aggressive. It's not that relaxed either. It's got a bit of a push, but this is just pure mass. This is just a mass forehead, bro. Head size to forehead, it's on the bigger end. It's not that aggressive. It's pretty neutral, but it's a lot of mass, bro. It's going in pretty big. It's around here. It's bigger than IShowSpeed. We're in the IShowSpeed category for pretty big fucking forehead. One Pixel. Now, this is actually, I'm going to leak this, chat. One of my outside shouts for Mount Rushfore. I've watched One Pixel for a very long time on YouTube, and I've subbed to his YouTube, his Twitch channel before. My favorite CS:GO streamer by far. Whenever I like start playing CS again, I watch a lot of One Pixel. Funny guy, hilarious streamer. Gold. But oh my god, his forehead is big. Holy shit, bro. Holy hell, bro. Look at the size of this thing. Look at the size of this thing. And it's aggressive. Look. It's an outsider for Mount Rushfore, bro. It's an outsider. I don't think it quite has the mass or the bite that the other three have. It's just a lot. One's forehead has a fuck ton of mass. No joke. I never really realized. Because he kind of streams like side on. So I'm not really, I don't know. I just never took notice of it. But when I saw it, it's one of those things, once you see, you can't unsee, bro. It goes around his head like a globe, literally, bro. Look at it. You can see like where it's meant to end. You see right here, this little line where there's, I think it's his vein coming out. That's where your forehead's probably meant to end. He's just got an extra bit of forehead. Like, he bulked out the stats, bro. It's one of the greats. I'm telling you, it's a sleeper for one of the greats. It's an outside chance of being Mount Rushfore. It has an outside chance. That forehead doesn't bite. That's like a frag grenade. If you haven't got Kevlar, that can one-shot kill you, bro. If you got your Kevlar, you're good. But it catches you off guard, and you're doing an eco rush, and they frag you right on your dome. That's an 85 damage. If you've been chipped any other way, you're dead, bro. You're dead, bro. Big fucking forehead. His head is no armor, literally, bro. Shit can one-shot you with ease if it needs to, but it can also leg you. It's one of those ones. Do you know what I mean? It's not a guaranteed kill, bro. But yeah, outside shot for sure. Black Boy Max. My most subscribed to Twitch streamer. I've been subbed to him for 14 months. Shout out, bro. Since last subathon. Probably my favorite streamer of all time. Obviously, I do music reactions and stuff. We have somewhat similar content. Obviously, he's very different now. Forehead-wise, listen, he's got a cooked hairline. This ain't a secret. If I type in hairline, his shit's fried. These are fake, but you know what I'm saying? Hairline fix tutorial. But this is what it actually is like. That shit... His hairline be gun leaning. His hairline is like, you know, your friend at a party and he's just way too drunk and you can just see him. Maybe he took some shrooms or like he ate a brownie and he's just leaning against the wall, like out of it. Like he's still alive. Like you don't have to worry about him, but he's leaning there. That's his forehead, bro. His forehead's just leaning on the wall right now, like just holding on for dear life. Like he's low-key fine, but if anyone tries to fuck with it, it's done. But in terms of a forehead, not very aggressive, pretty neutral forehead. And he's just got a big head, and it's not a crazy amount of forehead. His hairline's cooked. Hairline would be up here, one of the greats. But as a forehead, we're ranking streamers' foreheads, bro. In terms of a forehead, it's not crazy, bro. It's quite a lot of mass, but it's not crazy. It's like top of average, maybe bottom of pretty big. I think very bottom of pretty big. But people, like when I was bringing up this tier list to like my friends and one of my mods, he was saying Black Boy Max is one of the greats. But when you really think about it, his forehead isn't that big, but his hairline is fried. Hairline is fried. Pokimane. Man, we're really tapping into the streaming legends. Streaming OG. Shout, sis. Forehead wise, just pretty average. It's on the bigger side of average, but it's pretty average. But again, it's like big isn't always bad, bro. This is like when your girl's a bigger forehead and it's like kind of cute. You know what I'm saying? It's not too aggressive. It's just chilling. There's a decent amount of it. It's noticeable, but it's not a problem. See what I'm saying? It's in average, like middle of average. We're like in this territory, above the NPCs a little bit. We're like in this area with Clix. Pretty big, but it's in the average, but it ain't bigger than that. You know what I'm saying? It's 100 people, Zach. It's 100 streamers. 100 streamers tier list, bro. Cutie Cinderella. Shout out Cutie. Runs the streamer awards every year. Girlfriend to the streamer with the ugliest head shape ever, Ludwig. Holy fuck, his head shape is hideous. Fire streamer too. I was just watching her stream the other day. She's playing Kingdom Hearts, one of my favorite video games of all time. Forehead wise, I think pretty comp. Again, I think it's similar range to Pokimane. A little bit bigger than average, but not in your face. Don't stick out like crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's not in your face. It's not trying to fight you. It's not trying to rub you at gunpoint. Like certain man's foreheads are. Some man's foreheads be sticking out. Like if bro tried to do the limbo, like you're just there for hitting the bar. Like you'd have to be on the floor to not touch the limbo. That's how far your like head top sticks out. But Cutie's pretty tame. Average forehead. I'm putting it right next to Pokimane. They're in the same sort of vibe. Quarter Jade, OTV streamer. Did Valorant for a bit, and then I think she does music now. Shout out Hurting. Forehead wise, same thing again. A little bit bigger, but not crazy big that it's a problem again. Not very invasive. Not too much in your face, you know what I'm saying? Just a solid average forehead. A little bit of mass to it, a little bit more than average, but nothing crazy. Again, same vibe. All three of these are at the same sort of forehead. A little bit bigger than average, but it's there. Rakai. Hit that little Rakai. Forehead wise, pretty average, bro. Maybe on the bigger side of average. Hairline might be a little bit cooked already at a young age. Shout out, bro. But that's an average size forehead, bro. NPC. Flatline, average size forehead. Roared. Now he's got an aggressive forehead. It ain't that big, but it packs a punch, bro. We call this forehead a Glock. Bro. This is what you call a Tech 9/5.7. Pistol round, this shit can pack a punch, but if people bring the real mass and guns, this don't compete, but it's aggressive. It can still one-tap headshot you from the right angle if you haven't bought head armor. We call these foreheads a Glock. It can still kill you, but it's small and aggressive. It's not a fucking AK. It's not a fucking sniper rifle. We don't use 50 cal bullets, but it's pretty aggressive, bro. It's pretty fucking big. It's bigger than these guys. We're in this category here. It packs a decent punch. We're in the Adin Ross category. Ray. Sleeper pick. Bro, Ray the streamer has a fucking wham forehead, bro. He just hides it under this fringe. That picture I found for the pick tells you all you need to know, bro. This is going top end of pretty big. Sleeper pick, bro. That's a fucking bean and a half. That's a concealed weapon. He hides it with his fringe. It's a concealed weapon. Bro's got a Glock under there. Sakura, streamer. So this is a bit more of an aggressive forehead. Comes out a little bit. But again, it's not that big. It's not crazy big. Her and Kaide got the same sort of vibe going on. Sisters, of course. They got similar forehead vibes. That military training wasn't for anything. You get it, bro. You get it, bro. Ray was in there with a weapon. With a weapon. And I ain't talking about his piece, bro. Bro was in the military with a weapon. Sakura has got a forehead that'll poke you. You know what I mean? A forehead that might... It won't bite you, but it'll give you a little poke. Might leave you with a bruise. Do you know what I'm saying? But it ain't that big. It's just got a bit more of an aggressive push out. Do you know what I'm saying? But it's a pretty solid forehead, bro. We're going average, bigger size of average. We're like in this category here. But again, it's not making me go, oh. Do you know what I mean? Some foreheads are like aggressive. They're in your face. This is a pretty comp forehead. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Suits her. It works. You know what I'm saying? It's just a forehead, bro. It's just a forehead with a little bit more oomph to it. You know what I'm saying? A little bit more swaz. Silky, bro. Silky forehead. It's not that crazy, but you would think it is the way bro be hiding it. Bro be spamming do-rags. I know that was his name, Silky do-rag. And hats. But his forehead isn't actually that peak. You can see it here. It pokes again. It's another one that it pokes again, but it's not crazy big. People be saying like, oh, forehead's cooked, hairline cooked. I really disagree. I think it's actually pretty tame, but it does have a little bit of a to it. Do you know what I mean? Has a little bit of a pop to it. So it's in the top end of average. It's like top of average, maybe bottom of pretty big. It's like here. I actually think Nikkei's is bigger, bro. Maybe even Ludwig's too. It's in this area. It's deceptively small. I think when you hide your forehead so much with like a hat or a do-rag or a scully or whatever, it makes people think your forehead's big because it looks like you're hiding something. But his actually isn't that big, bro. Yeah, actually isn't that big. Sketch. Streamer. Pretty average. Pretty average size forehead. That is a bog standard, middle of the road NPC forehead if I've ever seen one. That is the forehead you get when you load in to FIFA and I'm making my player on pro clubs. This is the default forehead I'm getting, bro. Thank you, brother. Average, super middle ground. Right and slap bang in the middle of average. Super middle ground. Squeaks, holy fuck, what a beam. Oh, I didn't see Soda popping before. Soda popping. OG streamer. Bro's been streaming on this website, I think as long as I've been alive, bro. Definitely lies, but a long time. It's a solid forehead. Again, flat as hell. There's aggressive foreheads. There's foreheads that want to rob you, yeah? There's foreheads that want to take you for everything you've got. There's foreheads that look like they're shouting at you. And then there's foreheads that are neutral. They're just talking normal voice. Soda's got one of them ones that is almost, it feels like it's going inwards. It's like the forehead's whispering. It's a lot of whispering. Bro's doing a lot of talking because it's just a lot of mass. But it's whispering. Do you know what I'm saying? It's a whispering kind of forehead. So it's like pretty big, but it's at the bottom. A lot of mass, but it's not saying anything to me. It's not threatening. Because it can be big this way, but it can be big outwards. And his is like very small outwards, but it's solid size mass for his head, bro. Maybe top of average. I think top of average is fairer. We can't be comparing it to Platboy Max's forehead and Kaide. Come on, bro. Squeaks is next. Holy, what a forehead. Holy. Get this guy a little bit of height and get him on the back post. He's clearing headers for days, bro. If this guy played football, soccer as you Americans call it, that ball will be flying off his head. Bro can knuckleball with his head. This guy can curl a ball with his head. I've never seen it done before, but he can do it, bro. That bean is just like, if someone told me, show me a bean forehead, that is it. It's not over the top big, but it's a sleeper, bro. Just a solid amount of forehead. Do you know what I mean? It really is just a solid amount of forehead. Damn. Shout out, bro. Fire at Counter-Strike as well. Shit speedrunning though. It's top of pretty big. It might be one of the greats. Nah, it's not one of the greats, but it's up there though. You're up there with the big boys, Squeaks. He's going for 2026 bad boy of Twitch. I don't know if he'll ever get that, but shout out, bro. Shout out, bro. Bad boy of Twitch 2026 incoming, bro. Watch this space. StableRonaldo. He got a solid forehead. Look, bro, he be hiding it. I'm telling you. Skinny StableRonaldo looks like a different human, by the way. When he's skinny, he looks really Italian. Do you get what I mean? Like he looks like a New York Italian, bro. But like when you go like here, he taps more into his Indian culture. But that's a lot of forehead for a tiny head, bro. He's Jewish. Is he actually? So he actually is a New York Italian Jew. Wow. He looks so much like one when he's skinny. And then when he's fat, he looks Indian, bro. I thought he was Indian. Shout out, bro, though. But that's a lot of forehead, bro. One of the funniest streamers out, for sure. No questions about it. Not doubting him as a streamer at all. But he's got a sleeper build forehead, bro. That's a sleeper forehead if I've ever seen one. He's in the pretty big. He's up there with... yeah, he's below ISO speed. And people believe, oh, he's not actually Jewish, but he'd be saying he's Jewish. Oh, I see. Ron's funny as hell. He comes up on my clips all the time. I'd argue one of my favorite streamers. Because he's so funny to watch interact with other people. He's like what you call a catalyst. Like, you could put him in a group with anyone, and he'll be so funny. Like, I feel like he knows how to be funny with anyone, which is a talent in itself. Rapper forehead tier list next. Ooh, that's not bad. If this video does well on YouTube, that's good comms, bro. I'm gonna lock in with that. Oh, Sunny, right? Sunny. I don't know what Sunny streamer. I'm just gonna type that in. That should be fine. Yeah, this girl. Sun. Whoa. Little bit of a bean on her. She got a bit of a bean on her, bro. That forehead's poking, bro. Again, though, it's a forehead that isn't aggressive. It's just a little bit big and protrudes a little bit, but it's not like it's a Sakura vibe. It's poking, man. It's a bit bigger than Sakura's, but it ain't nothing crazy, bro. It ain't nothing crazy, bro. I've watched a couple of her clips. She's funny as hell as well. I think she's part of that, like what they called Arky. I'm not. They have a group. I'll be tapped in, bro. I forgot what they're called. I'm tired as well. OSCS. She's one of the members of OSCS, I'm pretty sure. She lives with them, I think. Forehead wise though, it's pretty fucking big. For girls, remember, we gotta rate girls differently because it's harder to have a big forehead. But this is like Kaide territory. We're here. I think Hassan's got to come down to the bottom here. Same with FatBoyDip. Same with Crimo. And the rest is fine. It's pretty big, but it's not a bad big. It's not like a Jinxie. That forehead's got a FAMAS ACOG kick to it. Brrr. Trying to take off head tops. Next streamer, Swag. That's a solid forehead, bro. Does it stick out? Not really. It's not in your face. Oh, hold on now though. If we were basing off his profile pic, that's a pretty tame forehead. But he's got the same Ludwig shape, that thing that Ludwig has, bro. The indents before the end of the forehead, bro. You got to take that into consideration. Again, I've got to put him next to Ludwig. He's got the exact same forehead as Ludwig. No one's discovered this before. This is what these tier lists do. You find comparisons you never found before. Now that I look at him, he kind of looks like Ludwig. He looks like a mixed race Ludwig. I've got to put him next to Ludwig. Wherever Ludwig is, they're in the same vibe. Same category. Big forehead, making his... If he didn't have those indents, he'd be low on average. Pretty normal size forehead, but them indents cooking. Sidion, another OTV. Fucking hell, she's not an OF creator. Fucking hell, sorry, Sidion. OTV content creator is what I was trying to say. Deary me. Now, she got a pretty big forehead too, but it's not crazy big, and it's not aggressive, bro. It's a very passive. This is a passive forehead. This is, to me, now each person to their own. When I put perfect size here, this isn't a perfect size to me. It's just what people would say is a perfect size forehead. Like, you would argue this is like the dream forehead. I like a slightly bigger forehead, me personally, the girl that I date, like slightly bigger. Cinna's got that sort of vibe of a forehead. Do you know what I mean? It's a little bit on the bigger side, but it's not invasive. It's not in your face. Cool hairs, by the way. She used to be dyeing her shit blue and purple, and it suits her. That's kind of a cheat code. I feel like if any other girl I know tried to dye their hair blue and purple, that shit would not hit. Forehead wise, it's bigger though. We can't deny it's a little bit bigger. But again, shape is great shape. But it is a little bit of mass. So we're putting it up here. It's towards here. It's up here. Do you know what I'm saying? But it's a very comp shape. Like, you know what I'm saying? In terms of shape, if we were just to goat shape of a forehead, this is it. But a bit too much mass for me to put in perfect size. You know what I'm saying? Tay Too Smooth. Who has put bro on this list? I must have been running out of streamers. Tay Too Smooth. Bro's on the comeback up, bro. I see bro grinding. Bro took his opportunity he had for granted. Bro made alt accounts talking shit on Platboy Max. He's got to live with that forever. You type in his name, Twitch's biggest loser. 23-minute video on him. Sad to see, bro. And he's got a pretty big forehead too to match. Pretty big forehead to match. Sorry, Tay Too Smooth, but game is the game. You're up here, bro. We're like here. We're in this area. Middle of pretty big. That's a pretty big fucking forehead, bro. Because when you see a picture like this and it doesn't look that big with his eyebrows raised, you know that's a big forehead, bro. Look, tens. Tens got a Kaide forehead. I never even realized this till now. They got the same forehead. It's like kind of big, sticks out a little bit. It's in that area. It's between Sakura and Kaide. I think Sakura needs to move up a little bit personally. Tens is like his. It's like a Sakura's. It's not quite got the same mass as Kaide's has, but it's in this ballpark for sure. Tim the Tatman forehead. Holy fuck. I mean, bold tax is kicking in. It happened to ChrisNxtDoor. But we've never actually really seen him with hair. So it's hard to say where his hairline actually starts. But that's a lot of forehead, bro. That looks like there never was anything but a forehead. Like, I can't even imagine him ever having hair ever. That's what this forehead looks like. It's a crazy shape. Shout out, bro. Funny ass streamer. Used to watch his Warzone streams all the time. He used to have long hair? Fuck off. No way. He's got the bulk. He's got the middle bulk as well. This might be up there with one of the greats, bro. We might have to give him one of the greats, bro. Boltax is kicking his ass, but Loki is up there, bro. That's a big ass fucking forehead and a funky shape to match too. And he's got a small head, so it looks even bigger. He's got hit with all the worst taxes. He did actually have moist critical hair? That's crazy. I've never seen it. I've only ever seen him bald. You know when people be saying like, oh, I'm the unluckiest guy ever, and then they explain stuff that's like pretty normally unlucky for anyone else. This is a guy who said, oh, I'm so unlucky in life, and bro actually got unlucky. He actually got hit with a bold tax and a weird head tax. That's heavy, bro. That's why he's one of the GOATs. Look at the leftmost pick in the middle. Oh my god, that is him. Oh shit. Oh, bro had moist critical hair. Damn. It's because he's got a tall forehead and it protrudes narrow. Ludwig and Swag have like a wide, the dents are like here. Yeah? His dents are like here. They're like where his eyes are. Which is interesting and makes it look even bigger. That's Loki one of the greats. It's one of the most interesting heads I've ever seen. Like head shapes. Pause. Not one of the most interesting heads. Before people take that crazy. Ludwig and Swag have DLC forehead. Low key though. Lowest of keys though. Tina Kitten. Same as Sakura vibes. Slightly bigger, but not aggressive. It's just there. Again, when I said like I kind of like, you know, the girl, I don't fancy Tina Kitten. Separate this for a second. The girls I normally date, I like them with a slightly bigger forehead. Does that make sense? And this is that vibe. This is that vibe. So again, it's just kind of got to go where Sakura is. It's that same vibe, same as Sidion. Slightly bigger, but nothing crazy. It's average. It's just slightly bigger than average, but that's not like, it's not aggressive. It's not sticking out at me. Tota, average. He's got a solid forehead. Solid ass forehead. Brazilian jeans, bro. Low key. Need a buff, bro. Danny Aaron's has got to be bumped up a little bit just because he's got a small forehead, but it's a really horrible shape. So it's got to go up a few. Like it's above. It's up here. Ty Lil. Now that's an aggressive forehead. Holy smokes. It's big. It's sticking out at you. This is an AK buy round, bro. This is a forehead that can one tap. It's not quite an AK, I lie. AK is like the GOATs. This is like, in basketball terms, this is like a Kyrie Irving. Not the best point guard in the world, but has potential. That's a lot of forehead. It's aggressive. That is an aggressive forehead, bro. But Kyrie Irving's not really an aggressive player. Who's an aggressive player? This is like a Giannis Antetokounmpo. This is a Giannis forehead, bro. It's getting down into the paint, barging its way in. It's a lot of mass. It sticks out. Like that forehead is shouting at me right now. Do you know what I mean? I feel like his forehead's in capital letters. Does that make sense? Like if I type the word forehead in capital letters, that comes up. These are pretty big and aggressive. This might be one of the greats, bro. This is up there with one of the greats. It's in this category for sure. Because it's big and aggressive. Is it one of the greats? Has it got like the level of mass or aggression these guys have? And I think mass is more important than aggression when we're scaling foreheads. Oh, we didn't do the rest of the Sidemen. Vikkstar, average, slightly bigger than average, but nothing crazy. Road to Shore, same vibe. I feel like him and Vikkstar are similar. Just default foreheads. Nothing crazy, nothing to shout home about, do you know what I mean? Water, I don't know her surname. It's Jake and Bates' girlfriend, right? She's funny as fuck. I used to watch those two. I used to watch these two bear when I was like 17, bro. Back in the day. They're streaming OGs. Jake and Bake like changed the game with IRL streaming in terms of traveling. When he'd like go to like Japan and just live stream out in the open. That shit was so cool. But she's got a bit of a bean, bro. She's like Kaide level. There's a big forehead there. Look at that forehead. It's a little bit aggressive. It's a little bit aggressive, but it suits her. Do you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of forehead, but it suits. It works. But it's still pretty big. We've got to call a spade a spade. Wendy Ortiz. Again, that's quite a lot of forehead. Larger than average, but again, is it aggressive? I need to get the right picture. It doesn't look aggressive to me on first instinct. Nah, it's just there. It's just chilling. Forehead's chilling. It's there. It ain't in your face. It ain't trying to rob me at gunpoint. Do you know what I'm saying? It ain't that aggressive. But it's around. It's noticeable. Like, you'll see them. You'll notice it. But it's not. It's just slightly bigger than average. We're like in this area here. I feel like this got to come up a bit. Maybe even above Fanfan, above Tina Kitten, but like below City on. Yeah. Bigger than average. It ain't nothing crazy. XQC. Now, XQC is an interesting one. This is an interesting one because he's got a tall face, right? His face goes like this. It doesn't have a regular circle shape. Do you see what I mean? It's just like a rectangle. He's got like a Phineas and Ferb head. Do you see what I mean? Is it Ferb, the one with a tall head? So in terms of a forehead, it's really not that crazy, but it looks crazier because his head shaped. It's not aggressive at all. In fact, it's pretty tame. It's very passive, in fact, I'd say. Doesn't stick out. It's whispering. It's not shouting, it's whispering. But there's a decent amount. But I think it's just the size of his head that makes it look even bigger than it is. It's about average. It's about average. Yona. She has got a forehead on her. I'm not gonna lie. Fire streamer, funny as fuck. I think she just announced that she's dating Marlon. So ain't that something? Again though, she's got a big ass forehead, but it suits her. There's people who have big ass foreheads and it doesn't suit them. This is someone who has a big ass forehead and it suits them, but it's still a big ass forehead. And it's pretty aggressive too. She's a new streamer, so it's hard for people to accept that this might be one of the greatest foreheads of our time. But I see her doing crazy numbers as a streamer. I think she'll be very successful. And I think this forehead will be a household name one day. This forehead will be a household name one day. I guarantee that. Put their house on it. This an all-time great, bro. This one of the greats. This competing with the big guns. This forehead will be a household name. I promise you, bro. Your age. Now, your age has a weird shaped forehead. I'm gonna say it. It's a weird shaped forehead, bro. First thing we've got to know is why does he do this pose? This pose is hella weird. Shout out, BruceDEO. This is like one of the most OG YouTubers, streamers who are still around to this day that I watched back in the day. I watched this guy when I was like 14 and he was a Clips channel for Soluminati, bro. And he never showed his face. Handsome man. But his forehead is a weird shape, bro. It's an aggressively small forehead. Do you get what I'm saying? The forehead ain't big, but it like, he's always tilting his head back and it's still sticking forward. Like, how does that even work, bro? Deary fucking me. Like, again, it's not big. It's just quite aggressive. So we got to put it at the bottom of pretty big. It's in this area. It's with the Platboy Maxes. It's with the Crimos. It's an aggressively small. That is a deagle. That's a deagle ass forehead, bro. It can still kill you in one shot. 100%. But it ain't that big, bro. Yugi. Yugi 2X. Another OSCS streamer. He was nominated for Up and Coming Streamer this year. Shout out, bro. Killing it on stream. He's funny as fuck. Did make Valkyrie cry though, which is L-Man's, but we forgive him for that. He's the same as your age. The forehead's not crazy big. It's a little bit bigger than Rage's, but it's aggressive, bro. That forehead is trying to rob me, bro. So Rage's is here. It's definitely bigger. It's a little bit more aggressive. It's bigger than Jasontheween's. It's bigger than DisguisedToast. It's probably smaller than Take Two Smooths. Yugi's up here, bro. Packs a punch. An all-timer. An all-timer forehead. Holy cow. Yusuf 7N is a 1-of-1 forehead. Look how it sticks out on each side. He's got a double BBL. His forehead is built like a side-on view of a BBL demon, bro. Do you get what I mean? Look at the curvature on the side, bro. Forehead with attachments and max camera, bro. Like, it's like mass. We've already got a lot of mass. But it's poking out both sides, bro. Look at this shit. I've never seen... This is a 1-of-1 forehead. This is a rare pattern, blue gem, pattern 551. AK-47 case hardened. This will not be replicated, bro. I've never seen a forehead that's voluptuous. I don't think anyone on planet has ever described someone else's forehead as voluptuous. But this is a voluptuous forehead, bro. This, to me, is the last man on the Mount Rushfore. Listen, might not be a household name. Might not be the biggest streamer in the world. He's a big streamer, though. Shout out Yusuf. He's funny as hell as well. But in terms of foreheads, look at this 4. Are we kidding me? It doesn't get better than this. There's some competitors down here. ChrisNxtDoor, One Pixel, Sleeper Pick, Kai Cenat, small head, big forehead, Yona, big forehead, Maya, big forehead, Cuff, big, all big foreheads, but these 4, it's these 4 than the rest, bro. This is the Warriors starting forward, you know what I mean? Like, you know, you had Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Kevin Durant, Draymond Green. It didn't matter who the rest of the players were. When you have this big 4 on the court, it's over. The competition is done. We've got pure mass. We've got aggressive arse foreheads. We've got voluptuous foreheads. This big 4, the way they complement each other on the court as well. I don't think we'll ever see it like that, something like that in our generation ever again, bro. To wrap this up, Zoil has got a pretty big forehead. He's a pretty big guy, and he's got a pretty big forehead, bro. Look at that. That's a pretty big forehead, bro. Forehead ratio. It's at the bottom of pretty big. I think this is fair. Angry Ginge. Same vibe. Covers it well. Hides it well. Shout, bro. But again, pretty big forehead. But look, bro, you can see it peeking out. It's aggressive. He hides it well, but you can't hide from me, buddy. You're up here. DDG. Now, DDG is a confusing one. Because in some pictures of DDG, he be looking like he's got the perfect forehead. Like this picture right here, this is a perfect forehead. But I be seeing these other pictures. Editing software can't fool me. We're going to get to the bottom of this. My first glance, when I took this picture, when I saw this picture, I said, that's a perfect forehead. That is, folks, that is like Klay Thompson's jumper. That is just fundamentals down to a T. But when you start to look around and poke around, read between the lines, there's some inconsistencies, bro. It's a little bit aggressive. It's a little bit bigger than you think it is. Enough to put it in the low end of average. It's still, bottom line, still a clear one of the best foreheads in the game. You can't deny it. It's a clean ass forehead, but that picture will sell your dreams. Because if that picture was the reality, he's up here with that. He's up here with Fanum with the best forehead I've ever seen. But it's not, so we have to leave him there. Deshae Frost, pretty solid forehead, a little bit of mass, really tiny face, and quite a lot of forehead. So quite a decent mass, but again, very passive forehead. Bro's not asking me for shit. A whispering forehead, as we'd say. Tier listing streamers foreheads crazy. We're doing tier lists every week, and I'm running out of ideas already, bro. This is what we landed on. Deshae Frost, average. For head size, it's a bit bigger than you'd think, but really at the end of the day, it's pretty average, bro. Iron Mouse. Now people be saying, oh, we don't know what she looks like. Oh, how can you rate off of her cartoon, bro? Iron Mouse's forehead. Now we got to do some maths because you never see under a thing. It's a cartoon. And there's bangs, so we have no idea. What we can do is make estimates. What we can do is see scaling. Now a forehead would probably be about here, where the clips are. So in terms of a face, decent amount of forehead, bro. It's low-key a sleeper pick. The forehead's going to be about here. The hair's going to start growing from here. You can see where the line ends. That's where the hair's growing from. It's got to come down. So we're talking like this range here. That's a lot of forehead, bro. That's a lot of forehead. So if we're going off of that scale, she's up here, bro. That's a Iron Mouse. Breaking news. Iron Mouse has got a dome on her, bro. We don't know how aggressive it is, so we have to take that into consideration. From what we can see, she's got a forehead on her, bro. There's a weapon under those bangs. Be careful. Jake and Bake. We just did his girlfriend. Jake and Bake's forehead, though. He's got a big head and a pretty reasonable sized forehead. Slightly on the bigger size, but I'd say average. We're in this category right here with the XQCs. Nothing crazy. Talia Ma. Mini Minter's girlfriend from the Sidemen. Also a streamer. I've been following her for quite a while. She played Valorant for a long time. Funny streamer. Funny streamer. Forehead. She's got a bit of mass. Is it aggressive, though? It's a little bit. Not crazy, but it's got a poke. Sizing wise, it ain't crazy. It ain't terrible. But it's got a little bit of a poke. It's up here. It's in this category. It's in the Sakura category, but a little bit lower. But with the Tina kittens and stuff. Bro, every photo, she looks different. Yeah, like Loki, this one, she's got a big forehead. But then like, and here, she's got a big forehead. Then like here, she's already small forehead. And here, she has a small forehead. Bit of a shape-shifting forehead. This might be a one of one. This might be one that fits into multiple categories. Because we've seen people have like a good photo. But this is like that's a big forehead. That goes in pretty big. That's like average. It's pretty big. I think it's got to go higher. Yeah, that one looks huge. You see what I'm saying? We've got to go bottom of pretty big. Shape-shifting, bro. Should be changing with the wind. First ever shape-shifting forehead. That's kind of fire. Just a customizable forehead. Just change the attachments on it sometime. That's like he goated. Shout out her. She cracked it. Alright, Tyreek Hill. I said Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hyde. Streamer. Was formerly on Love Island. That's a pretty solid forehead. Slightly bigger than you'd want, maybe. Like slightly. But it's pretty close to perfect. If we're being honest. Good shape. Not that aggressive. Good size. Yeah. I think that's close to perfect size, bro. It's not that aggressive. It sits right there. Pretty consistent across the pictures too. Low-key, Tyreek Hyde, shout out you. You're in the perfect size category, bro. We in here, slap bang in the middle. Not much company in there, bro. Not much company in there, but you got it, bro. And our final one before we end this tier list. Valkyrie. Now, Valkyrie's got a bit of a poke on her. But again, remember what I was saying about foreheads, yeah? Sometimes a big forehead, I think it's good. I think it gives character. I think I like it more. But I couldn't give this perfect size because it is a little bit bigger than a perfect size. But again, it's not too aggressive. It's got a little bit of poke, but it's not too aggressive. But I can't give it perfect size for that reason. It's got a little bit of, you know what I'm saying? But it's not too big. It's in average. It's top of average. We're in the Sakura range. This is Sakura City of era. Slightly bigger than average. Not too aggressive. It's not trying to shout at you. Do you know what I mean? And this is our tier list, guys. So you want to be here. And I think the best forehead in the game is Fanum, bro. It's surprising, I know. He's a big fella. He eats a lot. But if we're talking about forehead, bro, this is the closest you're going to get to a perfect forehead. Not too aggressive, but with a bit of character. This is the GOAT forehead, bro. Not to glaze, but this might be number one, bro. I think I smashed it with this. This is the GOAT forehead in terms of the perfect size. But we have Fanum. We have BruceDEO. I think BruceDEO's got to come a bit lower. I think Tyreek Hyde's got to go a bit higher. I think Marlon's got to go a bit higher. Bro, Zerka's got a sleeper forehead, bro. You should be saying Josh Zerka fares. Sleeper forehead, bro. What are we even tier listing in 2026? Man said GOAT forehead. Fanum. Asta's got... That forehead is perfect. Alinity, perfect forehead. Tyreek. Igon drop. Marlon. Zerka and BruceDEO. This is the GOAT forehead tier list. These are the 8 greats of forehead town, bro. Then everyone here in average. Mi Young just misses out on perfect size. Same with Tojibs on Bazinga. Caseoh's in here. This is just average sized. As we get towards the end, it's like slightly bigger, but nothing too crazy. Ludwig, one of the worst head shapes ever. I just have to reiterate that again, but forehead is actually not that bad. If you didn't have that bit sticking out, he'd be down here. But that stuff sticking out the side of his head is fucking annoying as hell. Then we're in the pretty big category. The normal regular hitters. You see the ISO speeds. You see HsTikkyTokky. You see Adin Ross. Adapt. Again, remember it's scalable. If you've got a small head but a lot of forehead, that's a big forehead to me. It's about ratios. It's about shape. It's about aggression. Platboy Max in here, of course. I think he's got to climb up a little bit, not going to lie. Same with your age. But there's just a lot of forehead going on in this area. And then we're talking about people who just missed out on the Mount Rushmore, bro. Ty Lil, super aggressive. This one's got to come a bit higher. We've got your Tim the Tap Man. Tim the Tap Man kind of got stiffed. He's got bold tax and weird head shape tax. Those are two things that are hard to shake off. Maya, Big forehead, sleeper pick. Shout out Air Sanctuary. Tyler, aggressive ass forehead. Aggressive. And a lot of mass. Cuffem, weird shaped head. And a lot of it. Weird shaped forehead and a lot of it. One of the greats. Yona will soon be a household name for foreheads, bro. I'm telling you. Sleeper pick. She needs more hours in the game as a streamer. That's a goat bean if I've ever seen one, bro. That forehead is but it suits her. That's a huge forehead, but it suits. Some foreheads suit people. And Yona suits her. Can't say that for every man on this list, but I won't dig them out. Cenat, again. Big forehead. An aggressive forehead, again. I think it's a New York thing. There's a New York thing going on here. An aggressive forehead. Do you reckon that's where all their aggression comes from? Suck my dick, suck my dick. Do you reckon it just comes from their forehead? Like it's so aggressive. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. Cenat's got a tiny head, but a lot of forehead. It's aggressive. One Pixel had a chance to be one of the on the Mount Rushmore. I was surprised at how big his forehead is. His forehead is huge. And it sticks out. But we've still got ChrisNxtDoor. Again, one of the greats. Gets hit with the bold tax. Aggressive forehead as well. But when you're dealing with the greats, bro, you might be on something with the New York foreheads. You see what I'm saying, bro? Aggressive foreheads. They're aggressive, bro. Caseoh's not really, though. But Tyler is. So it works with him. Caseoh's pretty chill. But he's got that New York dog in him, though. Do you know what I mean? And I think it comes from their foreheads, bro. It's all that tension that just builds up at the front. You know what I mean? Then this is the big four, bro. Number one is knowledge. Where do you think all that knowledge has to go? It's got to go somewhere. In that fucking humongous bean of his. That moon crater of his, bro. Holy cow. That is a cranium and a half, bro. Or CSI, bro, instead, bro. Cranium, strength, integrity, bro. Agent had a bean since I was watching him on 2K, bro. And he used to hide his shit with a big afro and a hat. I knew something was going on under there. He wasn't just fat then. He had a fat head too. Lost the weight. Shout out, bro. It's going to be hard to lose that forehead, though. That forehead is mean mugging me, bro. Big ass. Cinna, doing it for the women. 2 times of the year, Sapphire Award winner. And holy fuck, what a forehead, bro. I'm telling you, Cinna dreams in 4K, bro. Cinna goes to bed and she dreams and it looks like the IMAX cinema. Her dreams must be so lit. It must be like Ultra HD, widescreen, surround sound, like just a crazy view, bro. Like her dreams with a forehead that big must just be like a private cinema screening every night when you dream. Huge ass forehead, bro. Huge ass forehead. Probably a great workout for her shoulders to keep that forehead up. Shout out. And then Yusuf, a 1 of 1 forehead, voluptuous, has curvature, a BBL forehead. I've never seen anything like it, bro. Shout out Yusuf, funny streamer too, but my lord, look at that forehead. Look at the mass. Look at the curvature. BBL forehead. Shout out, bro. But that's it for the forehead tier list. Until next week, and we think of something just as stupid to do tier list. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you like, subscribe, come follow my Twitch. Matty needs help, same as it is on YouTube without the live. You can find me on Twitch live streaming there. We'll be doing music reviews, we'll be doing song wars, we'll be doing a lot of music content, we'll be playing games sometimes, and we'll be doing tier lists. So pull up. And yeah. This was the forehead tier list. I'll leave a link to the tier list in the description if you want to make it yourself. Peace. Share this with your favorite streamer as well. Let them know where they ranked on the tier list.